George Bush was a fiscal socialist, as I said, for 2 years leading up to this election. I was the only one trying to awaken you. I have been the Paul Revere of radio from the day I started. I am the Paul Revere of radio right now. How these morons could be talking about George Bush, the reinvented George Bush, I'll never understand this. I don't understand how men who consider themselves to be so intelligent can be such schmucks and such shills. John in Binghamton, New York, welcome to the Savage Nation.
Hi. How can the golfer and the wall banger look at themselves in the mirror? They're both assisting the cover-up because they both had hour-long on-air interviews with George Bush, and he was given like a glowing interview for a full hour on both of their shows.
Don't you understand? I don't mean to denigrate you in any way. Don't you remember Rush Limbaugh, the great blowhard himself, Rush Limbaugh, when he was finally caught a few years ago for being a water boy for the Republicans, was forced to admit on his own show in his own words when he said, I've been a water carrier for the Republicans, but I will no longer be so. Do you recall that particular confession of his?
I never heard that confession, but if someone would dig up the soundbite, I would.
Yeah, well, we'll try to find it. So he said that, and then of course the Bush bots and the Rush bots rushed back behind him and said, "You see, he's an independent." But now all of a sudden he's putting that behind himself, and he is doing it all over again. He has always been, in my opinion, a frontman for the mainstream check-pants Republican establishment, which is how this talentless hack got where he is. And, of course, when you talk about the wall banger, he's just mini-me. He's the mini-me Rush Limbaugh. He'd be nothing if he didn't have Rush's lead-in. He's a nobody. The guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Do you know that he's only a high school, if that, graduate? Do you understand these guys? And I have to say it again. Many of you may take offense at this. But there's a certain point at which education does matter. There's a certain point at which being well-read does matter. There's a certain point at which being a scholar who has read thousands of scientific articles and has the ability to analyze data does matter. And just playing golf or hitting a drywall does not qualify you for being a talk show host. And I'm sick and tired of them getting away with it. But I think that this exposure may eventually bring us back to fiscal reality. George Bush did this to us, and there is absolutely no excuse for wallbanger and golfer to be their Bush's public relations agent. None whatsoever. That's one man's opinion, John. Thanks for the call. What else can I